With Justice League out today, I figured it's time to stand up for Batman vs Superman, the Ultimate Edition. When you watched Batman vs Superman, you probably thought it wasn't that great. And to be honest, I pretty much agreed with that. But considering I love Batman so much, I thought I'd give it another go. But with the Ultimate Edition, which added 30 minutes more runtime to the film. And in fairness, the film actually makes so much more sense with the extra time. You kind of wonder why they took it out in the first place. Probably because of ratings, wanting to keep it to like a 12. The Ultimate Edition was actually rated R in the end, which would mean less ticket sales at the box office. And that's what movie studios are all about. But pretty much from the start, it's different. We learn that the photographer who turns out to be a spy with Lois Lane is actually Jimmy Olsen. When I first watched the Ultimate Edition and I found out that was Jimmy Olsen, I was just like, yeah, what? I mean, it was cool. I enjoyed it. And actually, the whole sequence makes so much more sense for the rest of the film now. But yeah, just kind of weird that was Jimmy Olsen. We learn more about Superman being framed for these killings in Africa, and things like the bodies of the dead soldiers being burnt by a flamethrower, kind of as if Superman used his heat vision. I remember the first time watching Batman vs Superman, and I think the intro sequence is epic, even though we see Bruce Wayne as a child in Crime Alley all the time. It was a cool take on it. The bit that really got me though was when he's in the well and he starts flying up, and I was like, please, for the love of God, don't make Batman be able to fly in this film. Luckily, it was just a dream sequence. Then you see Bruce Wayne turning up in Metropolis when Superman is fighting General Zod in the sky. And I like how they came back to this, because in Man of Steel, when Zod and Superman are going through all the buildings, you're like, yeah, there's people in there. So it was cool to see Bruce Wayne's take on it, and also quite easy to see why you'd be pissed off with Superman. Also, massive thumbs up to Batman's first sequence of the film in the port. It's like stealth Batman, and it's great. We also find out that Lois goes to a lab and meets a character called Janet Clyburn, I think is the name, who in the comics turns out worked for Star Labs. Janet works out that the metal from the bullet used in the attack in Africa was from Lex Luthor's lab. So it looks like Lex Luthor was behind everything. But they cut this character out, and it adds so much to the story. Why? I think something that they really nailed though is the take on Superman as like a planet. How would we react to an alien that suddenly appears living among us and is like super powerful? Even though we learn that Superman is literally just trying to do the right thing, but people still hate him. And that is actually really common in the UK. Some people are just absolutely ridiculed by the press for no reason. Lex Luthor is also a freaking mastermind, just pitting Superman and Batman against each other. They have no idea how they're being set up to hate each other so much and try and fight each other. But Lex is smart. I know Lex wasn't really a super popular character in the film with reviewers. I also didn't really like him at first, but having watched it again, I'm like, he's a genius. He's crazy, but he's a genius. And to add to that, the wheelchair that blows up in the Senate with Superman was made from the same metal that the bullet was made from. However, it was lined with lead so that Superman couldn't see the bomb. And another bit that was taken out of the theatrical cut is that when the Senate blew up, afterwards, Superman is seen helping civilians. Again, just showing that he's actually a decent person. Side note, let's not forget that Superman's dads in this universe were both Robin Hood at some point, so of course he's gonna be epic. Then we get to the big fight between Superman and Batman, and okay, the Martha thing, kinda crappy. But I think you have to look at it in a different way. To me, it wasn't Superman just saying Martha and Batman being like, oh, Martha, oh, you have a mum called Martha as well, I must save her. It was more, Superman was proving to Batman that he was also actually human after all, and he cared for people, and he had the same love for people that Batman did. So Batman was like, quickly reanalyzing everything he thought he knew about this guy. But yeah, I don't know. Then afterwards though, Batman's fight scene in the warehouse to save Martha. Honestly, have you seen a better Batman fight scene in a film or on TV or anywhere? I don't think you have. Then once everything's kind of said and done, we get an added bit in the Ultimate Edition where a kind of SWAT team, looks like a SWAT team, is seen going back into the Kryptonian crashed ship, and we see Steppenwolf for the first time, which obviously would play into Justice League. I think personally for me, I hadn't watched Batman vs Superman in a few years. Actually, I hadn't watched it since Justice League came out. And Justice League really changed the way I thought about these films. I forgot how much I enjoyed Batman vs Superman. And for that reason, I'm really looking forward to the Snyder Cut of Justice League. So, tonight's the night. It's 4 hours long. That's a hell of a film. Just wanted to put my thoughts down on Batman vs Superman Ultimate Edition. It's underrated. Don't hate. If I could make a film like that, I'll be over the moon.